I started my professional journey in the travel industry just over 10 years ago, looking after different European markets from different perspectives of growth, specialized especially on digitalization and growth in the digital space, which gave me a good understanding of how different markets react, what works in one market, how different user interactions are in all these markets, and especially what sort of technology you need to implement in order to get the stickiness that you want from the users and to get that conversion point to where it needs to be. Over time, I moved into more strategic roles, focused much more on commercial and how to mix a good commercial strategy with an overall vision of the group and the company you're working for. If I would be to add a couple of very good traits to what new leaders or young leaders or professionals in the travel industry especially would be adaptability, which is a very essential thing to have in an ever-changing market. Travel habits change. We see macroeconomic factors that go a lot into how the world of travel is changing. And another one would be curiosity, needing to stay curious. Again, this being very much related to adaptability, being curious of anything that's coming new out there, everything that's changing. It's very, very important in today's business and travel world, so to say. Adapting the strategy according to the market you're in is very important, and there's always a very well balanced sort of strategy that you need to have in place when staying close to who you are and to your vision and the pillars that you have for growth, but also considering that you really need to adapt to the local markets, as I mentioned before, the user interactions that come in different sort of markets. And if I can give an example, especially from the train department that I look after, is if we look at Spanish users, they are very price sensitive and looking for a good offer, have a certain degree of flexibility when it comes to booking trains. Whereas in Germany, for example, users are looking for a premium experience, flexibility in terms of getting their first class seats or getting their premium service there and high-speed connections. So it's different dynamics, and it's about sticking to what you know you can do best about the vision and the pillars of the company, but also doing the small wins, the small steps in each of the markets, even though if that might mean deviating a bit from your long-term strategy, but taking those small wins that ultimately contribute to a much bigger and more ample strategy for the longer term. The biggest challenge in conversion is bridging the gap between interest and conversion. We see users using different apps to find what they need, especially in the travel sector. And there's a long process from just steering the interest in getting that inspirational bit out towards the moment when they actually book and we see a conversion happening there. So the biggest challenge is actually how do you gap that space over there, which is quite long. Is your app loading quick enough? Is your localization in terms of language good enough? Do you have all the payment methods? Do you have too many clicks maybe or not? So it's finding all those data points and entries that need to be frictionless. So creating a user experience as good as possible to make that gap from inspiration to the actual booking as short as possible. Data is at the heart of everything that we do at Trip.com, and as any tech company will tell you, there's a multitude of data entry points that you have to analyze at every single step. We talked about inspiration, that has its quantum of data as well, all the way to the booking point. We look internally at booking patterns that we've seen in certain times of the year. But also external factors and external data points are very important, be it macroeconomic events that happen around the world which heavily influence travel, be it competitor movement, right? That's also something that everyone is looking into. And again, it's analyzing all of these points to make sure we create a comprehensive marketing plan, because that's where it starts. That's how the user finds out about you. And it's putting all those points together, creating a concise marketing plan for the certain region you're looking to focus, or certain period of the year, or maybe there's a user base that you're looking to acquire. So that allows us to get on top of the peak, generating just the waves before they actually get big. And again, if I can give an example from the train business, if we see a certain class of travel that starts to get a rise in interest on a certain route or in a certain period of the year, we can adapt the marketing strategy specifically either for that class, or maybe it's the type of train that is becoming very popular in one sort of group of users, be it students, be it families. We're going to work on that to try to anticipate that peak, or why not even create a peak or a trend in the best case scenario. Consistency in terms of commercial goal is the key, but it's a matter of being able to adapt to each of the markets. So building a brand is about creating many small steps that ultimately lead to you being recognized in the market, be it for your product quality, ideally a combination of both. So take small steps, celebrate those wins, make sure there's clear alignment in all of your departments, all the stakeholding departments, be it the commercial, product, marketing and growth, and so on, just to make sure that everyone pulls in the same direction. So keeping that consistency and celebrating all those small wins that, again, in the long term do lead to having a very recognized brand and a product that you're actually proud of putting out there.